All right, so I'm gonna get the music going, and then we'll start recording on. Let me well, where'd it go? In 3, 2. This episode of Smokin' Sounds is brought to you by Valet Humidity Packs. For the best humidity for your humidor, check out Valet Humidity. Find them on Instagram at Valet Humidity.
Branding and custom available.
Broadcasting from the Bourbon and Ash Cigar Lounge in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's Smokin' Sounds, the ultimate podcast for cigar and pipe enthusiasts and those looking to embark on a journey where smoke intertwines with sound. What's up, everybody? I'm Sean, one of the hosts of Smokin' Sounds. And joining me is a man who needs no introduction. Again, the pipe Yoda himself. Thank you, Raul. It's Justin.
Try not, do or do not. Again, with one of the worst Yoda impressions you'll ever hear. Hello, everybody. Man, recovering from our holidays. If you guys were here with the last episode, wow. But we are back for the attack for the new year. We have lots going on, lots of exciting things. We are live here from Bourbon and Ash. And Josh will be joining us, kind of talk some new stuff that he's got going on for you guys.
That's right. And Matt's Poor Decisions is here too.
Matt's Poor Decisions. He is going to be coming on strong. He's convinced me to get some. What is that? Ezra number 7.
Yes.
Old Ezra number 7 to pair with my cigars and our very special guest today.
And I'm so glad you brought that up, because joining us from HDA Cigars, Mr. Zach and Mr. Andray. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I didn't want to mispronounce the name, so Zach, I did like you said, like us gringos. I just went with HDA. So that I didn't mess up the real name. So I'll let you guys tell all of the listeners what HDA stands for, if you don't mind.
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having us on, man. Yeah, so HDA is a lot easier to say than Hermanos de Armas, which is Spanish for brothers in arms.
Hermanos de Armas. I love it.
And so that leads into, you guys are a veteran-owned cigar company. And so where is home base? Where are you guys kind of located or coming from?
Go ahead, Zach.
Go ahead, Dre. You gotta work your way in, man. If I don't let you talk, I won't let you get a word in.
I know. No, we're based out of the DMV, the Northern Virginia area. I actually reside in Maryland. Zach's on the Virginia side.
Oh, nice. So, well, again, gentlemen, thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to have you on to talk about these beautiful cigars. But before we get into that, we like to do something here on Smokin' Sounds. We call it the Smokin' Sounds Smokin' Report. And I know, Justin, you've got a few things you'd like to talk about real quick.
I tell you, most of my smoking reports the last few episodes have been just like one hit or just revisiting classics. So I wanted to really quick go over. Paige Turner brought me some these little Italian cigars that are, think about like Toscano or something like that. They're little 5-pack. And let me tell you what, not only do they smell like chocolate, but even after you've smoked them, if they're in the ashtray, they still smell like chocolate in the ashtray. So a definite crowd pleaser for and these are from a place called Leatherwood Cigars, and they're in St. James, I do believe, Missouri. Now we're going to highlight them in a future episode, because we have a couple of their signature sticks that we're going to be looking at. But anyway, Leatherwood, much love for the little Italians. If you're in that area, if you look them up and get in the area, grab you a little 5-pack. Also, I wanted to talk about a couple of pipe tobaccos. So we tried one from Cop KOPP, and you can get that from Missouri Meerschaum. It was like that when I got here. So anyway, so the one I got, it's in a tin. It's called the Year of the Snake. It has Black Cavendish, Virginia, and the flavorings are grapefruit, cherry, and lychee, if you know what lychee is. Anyway, so it's a very fruity but very smooth pipe tobacco. I've never had anything from Cop before, and it's just an experience. Real a real subtle type flavor at first. But this is one of those, you pipe smokers will know what I'm talking about. If you get too crazy on the puffing, it's going to kind of slap your tongue around a little bit. Say, slow down, bro. Slow your roll. And then finally, but it's a really good tobacco. I don't want to leave it with that. It's a really good one. Year of the Snake. Get that. Pick that the Cop line from Germany. And finally, I got hold of from the Abbey Pipe Club. Where'd you say that, Abbey?
Dre, you can hear me? We can't hear you guys. Sorry if I'm talking over you. Can you guys hear us? There we go. No. We had you for a second there. Dre, you can hear me, right?
All right. I think they can hear us now, so we're gonna try. Zach Andray, are you there? You can hear us?
We got you.
All right. All right. Let me see. Give me a test 1 2 real quick. I want to see
Test
if I can
1
hear
2
you guys.
3.
Test 1 2 3.
Zach, are you there?
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
Yeah. Sorry, we're
Test 1 2 3. Okay. Yeah. Dre, can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro.
Test 1 2 3. Breaker 19. Breaker 19. She sells seashells down by the seashore. The fat cat jumped over the giant log.
Well, I would just say pipe tobacco is much.
Breaker 19. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3.
I got you loud and clear.
Of course, cigars.
So we can hear them and they can't hear us now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, buddy. Should we leave and then go back in, you think?
I don't know if it's us. We might have to drop the whole connection. What do you think? Restart the whole thing.
Maybe. Maybe.
You look cold.
Well, no, I mean, particularly.
Yeah, it's freezing, bro.
A lot of times.
Oh, I got my heat lamp. I got the firewood over there, bro.
I got nothing. Damn, dude, look at that ash.
Yeah, bro. Heck yeah.
Of course, tobacco. And of course, pipe mine.
Papa John hit us up, say he need a day in Wednesday. Or February. Wednesday in February.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's the other thing too. One thing
Test 1 2 3.
I gotta get a camera like yours, dude. That thing is great.
Like mine?
Yeah, dude.
It's literally the camera on my computer.
Really? You got the same computer. Mine suck. Maybe it's the lighting.
Maybe. I do have like a. I do. Hold on a second. I just mistyped my phone number. My hands are so damn cold.
I would love you to carry pipe tobacco. But again, you just have to decide if that's going to work for here.
Can you guys hear us at all?
Yes. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah.
All right, we're back.
I think we've got you. Let's see. Zach, are you there, Zach?
Test 1 2 3.
Yeah. All right. Hey, this is so we're gonna before I'll keep an eye on the board here, but listen, sorry about that. It's I think we've got too many people connected to the Wi-Fi in here is what keeps kicking it. But thank you guys again for sticking with us through this. But sorry, I didn't mean to cut you guys off, but I want to get Zach and Andre in here to talk about these fabulous cigars. So, gentlemen, if you don't mind, tell our listeners a little bit about HDA Cigars and kind of how you got started and what brought HDA to life.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So as you mentioned earlier, we're a veteran-owned brand. We formed the company in 2022. Started selling cigars in 2024. Andre and I, we do 100% of the blending. We own 100% of the company. Both of us were prior military, just really fell in love with cigars and decided that we kind of wanted to immerse ourselves in the cigar industry. So we spent about 2 years doing all the back-end business stuff, making sure that we had our licenses in order, finding a factory, blending our cigars, and then in April of 2024, we officially launched to market, and so we're fastly approaching our second year in the business.
Well,
excellent.
I'm smoking the I don't want to screw this up. The Veiled Mutiny, I believe.
Yeah.
And this is just, I can see why it made so many top 25 lists this year. This cigar. So tell me a little bit about it. What the wrapper, binder, filler. I've got notes, but I would love to hear it from you guys. So we'll start with this, and then we'll kind of hit the other cigars that the guys are smoking.
Yeah, man. So the Veiled Mutiny, that's our Ecuadorian Maduro. Are you smoking it? We offer that in a Toro, a 6x54 Toro, and a 5x48 Robusto. That looks like it's the Toro.
Yep, I've got the Toro.
Okay. So yeah, so it's 6x54 Toro. It's an Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper, 100% Nicaraguan filler. All of our cigars are rolled in Esteli, Nicaragua, out of the Oveja Negra factory. It's our blends. That one in particular. Well, I mean, actually, all of our core line, we like to blend a little bit of Ometepe in each one of our cigars. That one has a little bit of Ometepe as well, but it's a little bit more forward, I think, on the Condega and Jalapa. But yeah, so that's Veiled Mutiny. That's one of probably our most popular of our three. Definitely anybody who enjoys a Maduro, that seems to be the cigar that they gravitate towards.
Yeah, we have a friend here. His name is Mason Good. He runs Good Smokes, and when he heard we were going to have Mason? You guys, yeah, he said, dude, you've got to smoke the Veiled Mutiny. He's like, that cigar is hands down one of the best cigars I've ever smoked, and I have to agree with him. And you know, and I was listening to you when you guys were on with Dave at Creekside. I was trying to do a little homework, but I picked up on something that Dave said. That he commented you guys on your branding here. It's kind of just classic, clean, and you know, you are a veteran-owned company, but it's you know, it's not like camouflaged and all that stuff. So was there thought that went into that, or did you guys just kind of already have a design that you both had agreed on? How did that come about?
No, I think Zach and I both, we kind of put our heads together, but more so we leaned heavily on the simplicity, of our branding and our label. Us being military vets and stuff, we didn't want to go too far down the rabbit hole or overzealous. And we kind of have like a little, internal slogan between us. We always say, people may try us because we're veterans, but they'll come back because we make a damn good smoke.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like, so we talked about it, we discussed it. And one thing that, I liked the most was like the simplicity of a Jack Daniels label, just a black label with the white letter and how that just popped, right? And it kind of sells itself. So we kind of like mimicked that and kind of went that way with our branding.
Well, it's definitely, hands. I'm going to go around the room here real quick and ask the guys, because I know we've got a couple of descending shadows. And, again, I'm glad you mentioned the Jack Daniels, because with Josh owning this establishment we're at here, maybe we can talk about some pairings and things like that. So, Justin, what do you think about that cigar you're fired up over there, buddy?
Okay, so I got the Cataclysm. Is that right?
That's right. I'm glad. That's why I gave it to you, because you could say it.
All right, so guys, tell me and the audience a little bit about Cataclysm, and by the way, I'm pairing it with some old Ezra number 7 bourbon, and it is just going together hand in glove.
Perfect. So I can talk a little bit about the cigar. I'll preface this by saying I'm horrible with pairings when it comes to good liquor, because what I have in taste for cigars, I lack in taste for alcohol. Unfortunately, it's the cheap white trash stuff is what I like to drink. Unfortunately, so so the Cataclysm is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. Again, 100% Nicaraguan filler. That applies to all of our cigars that we've created thus far. That one in particular, like we said earlier, we put a little bit of Ometepe in every single one of our cigars. That applies to the Cataclysm as well. That one is a little bit heavier on the Ometepe, but then we balance it out with a decent amount of Condega tobacco with a neutral Nicaraguan binder.
Oh, and it is now. The taste is heavy, but it's not dark, like some Maduros can be. That's the first thing. But I think that's the nature of the Habano wrapper. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean that was kind of the goal when Andre and I blended. Obviously, when we first started this, we blended just simply for taste. Unfortunately, our palates complement each other nicely, and so there's guys that have been doing this much longer than we have, that have this down to a perfect science. Man, we blend for taste, and we walked away from a week at the factory with, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 different blends, and we whittled it down to our favorite 3 that we played with. I mean, and it took us a while to walk away with those 10 to 15. We whittled it down to our favorite 3, and Cataclysm was kind of what we saw as like our flagship. That was that black band with the white lettering. That was what we wanted kind of Cataclysm to be, was that flagship. I love that cigar personally on the Retro Hail. I think that cigar on the Retro Hail, it just stands in a league of its own. I absolutely love that cigar in the Retro, to the point to where I've talked about how easy it is to smoke on the Retro, and just to see if I could, I smoked an entire cigar only on the Retro, and so that way I can actually say that I've done it.
I tell you what, I've tried it, and you're right. On the Retro, there's definitely some nuts, definitely some spice, not a lot of leather, in my opinion. But yeah, some cigars are pretty. I mean, you have to be kind of a real man to do Retro Hail on some of them. I'm talking even the good ones, even like the really good ones we enjoy. You have to man up. So I can definitely appreciate that. So let's go around there. So Josh, this is your first experience with Descending Shadows.
Yeah, I cheated a little bit. I went on to HDACigars.com and I could not figure out. There was a cigar in my brain that I was like, this tastes just like it. It's the Avo Caribe. If you've ever had that, it's the spice. You could taste the spice in it. And the first thing we were talking about pairings. Usually when I hear spicy, or when it's got a little bit kind of a stronger flavor to it, you've got your different bourbons that are going to be, sweet or anything else like that, but this is going to be more of like when you're kind of stronger, like a higher proof. I think would go really well with this because it'll bring out the flavor with that little spice.
And I'm sorry you guys have to just keep looking at my ugly mug. I'm scared to try to turn this computer, so I don't want to lose anything.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I apologize. You guys have to just keep looking at my ugly mug, but I'm definitely glad we're getting to kind of go around the room here and fill in. Sorry to step on. I know you were about to comment there, so go ahead, guys.
I was just going to say that for the Descending Shadows, that's actually what I'm smoking right now too. That's my personal. It's what Dre's smoking as well. So that's my personal favorite. I absolutely adore that cigar. I find myself going to that cigar more than I do the others. They're all great. They all have like a special place in my heart. But the Descending Shadows is my personal favorite. I love that cigar and the Robusto. Obviously, for the first year and a half that we had the company, we only had Toros. The Robustos are brand spanking new. We released them in mid-November in time for Veterans Day. So they have been, they're 2 months old at this point, and I've really fallen in love with that Robusto.
So what do you think about yours over there, Matt's Poor Decisions?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. It's great. It's got just enough spiciness to it, I think.
Yeah.
Now, interesting, Matt, when he first, I think, lit it or whatever, he was like, I'm getting a honey kind of deal.
They were kind of nosing the cigar. I'll say that's a little bit.
Okay.
And they were picking up some notes of honey. Have you guys ever heard that before?
On the Descending Shadows?
Yes.
Dre, I haven't heard honey. I've heard like almost like a s'more, like a cinnamon, like that sweetness.
Yeah, the graham cracker, but that's kind of
like
new.
a graham cracker.
But I can understand it because of the sweetness in it. So you get just a little bit, not a lot.
I've been battling a sinus infection, so
Well, so listen, guys, I wanted to start off with, but before we had, and thank you again for sticking with us through the audio trouble. But I kind of wanted to ask kind of an icebreaker question. Because we're Smoking Sounds and we kind of like to be a little bit different than everybody else. So who's your favorite wrestler of all time? I was going to ask you guys if you watch wrestling, and if so, do you have a favorite wrestler of all time?
Oh, wow. So I guess I'll start out. That's pretty funny you say that. So I grew up in the South, and my grandfather was a big wrestling guy. I don't think I particularly had a favorite, but now that I'm thinking about it, oh, man, I was big on the Legion of Doom back in the day. Let's see, the Ultimate Warrior, Junkyard Dog. I mean, I'm old, so I remember that.
What about you, Zach?
I don't know anything about wrestling, guys. All I know about wrestling was growing up in like the late 90s and all my friends talking about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I've seen like stuff from him like now that he's like retired, and the dude cracks me up. So like I guess I'd go with Stone Cold, man. Again, I don't know if there's like beef somewhere. Like this is just
Stone
simply
Cold
like
is the man.
an uninformed decision. Okay. Cool.
But see, listen, now Zach, I'm not going to lie. I thought you might go with Seth freaking Rollins because he's a huge Cubs fan, and he's from Iowa.
Interesting.
So anyway, but
I should have known that, I guess.
Yeah, thanks for answering that. We just, like I said, I had that icebreaker question because I kind of wanted to set us apart a little bit from. I'm sure now. Do you guys get an opportunity to do a lot of media to talk about HDA cigars?
We do. So I can say out of us, I say Zach hits the road. I mean, my goodness, Zach, how many miles you put on your truck? The F-150.
Oh man, I've a lot, quite a bit, man. Yeah, we've done a lot of media too, like a lot of different podcasts. Prior to ever starting a cigar company, it was just not something that we did. So this is all new for us, man. We went into it and we had this like idea in our head that we were just going to kind of operate from the shadows, and there wasn't going to be like a face of the brand. And we realized really quickly that was just not going to be possible. And
there's got to be.
Yeah, neither one of us were like very comfortable in front of the camera. I guess it's just made us have to get comfortable, I guess.
Now, are we going to see Andre? Are you going to be joining Zach on any of the YouTube videos and stuff that I watch on your channel?
Yeah, I will. So I'm pretty busy, life, of course, that's no excuse. But as we discussed, what we said was, I'll start to make cameo appearances and stuff. I didn't want to kind of start off, with Zach immediately and then kind of fade to black and people like, hey, what happened to Andre? So we kind of did it the opposite. I'll kind of start making cameos and appearances and such as we go.
Well, because
we plan on doing a lot of different content on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
This is just like one thing that we're doing is the Lounge Life, right? We kicked it off with the Lounge Life, and the Lounge Life was kind of like my baby that we took. And then there's going to be stuff that we start doing in the future. Dre will like be doing cameo appearances, I'm sure, on future Lounge Life episodes. But there's going to be stuff that we're doing in the future that Andre is going to have a bigger part in, whether he wants to or not.
See, because I'm thinking if we can talk Josh into stocking HDA cigars here at Bourbon and Ash, we got to get you guys out to Bourbon and Ash for like an event or something like that.
Oh,
Let's go.
So, I mean, that really is the reason we started the Lounge Life video series. So we unfortunately back 4 or 5 months ago, we had like one of Andre and I's favorite lounges in the area closed down. And it was kind of like one of those things that like it absolutely was a gut punch. It was the first time we've ever experienced that as a brand owner. And it was, it was something that we kind of tried to put our heads together and we tried to figure out ways that we could kind of shine a light on some of these really cool lounges, great stories, great people that we've met through HDA. And oftentimes we found that there's like a big focus that lounges will put on brands or podcasts or, different media will put the focus on brands. And we kind of wanted to use a little bit of platform that we've developed to shift that focus over to lounges. And we wanted to give people an opportunity to share their stories. We release long form on our YouTube channel, and then we do shorts on YouTube. We do reels on Instagram. And the idea is that we want people to watch these and then know, oh man, well, next time I'm in Oklahoma, next time I'm in Virginia, I have these cool different lounges that we know have HDA and that I now know a little bit about this lounge. And so they're building up a list of places that they can stop in and visit when they're traveling.
Oh, that's awesome. So also we are Smokin Sounds. So guys, if you need to just put on something and jam down the road, what do you guys typically? I'm given our previous conversation. I guess Taylor Swift's not going to make this list, but what do you guys just if you just want to put on something and jam, just go for it. What do you guys and musically? What do you guys generally gravitate toward?
So you wouldn't expect it, but I'll kind of take you back a little bit. So the first deployment in the Army was in 1999 to Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I was a young private then at the time. And I had, my team leader, Hispanic guy, he introduced me to Metallica.
Yes.
And I got hooked on garaging. That was the first album I heard. And then I went back and bought everything. So now when Zach and I are rolling together, there has to be Metallica. There has to be Korn. I mean, we just go down the whole gamut. So I'm a big rock fan. Metallica's my favorite rock band.
Oh, okay. Wow. And I came in with Blind from Korn just as a guest. So yeah, I guess absolutely. That was good. So awesome, man. So what about you, Zach?
Zach?
Yeah, man. So I when I was a kid, my dad really had me listening to a lot of like classic rock from a very young age. My all-time favorite band is still AC/DC. I absolutely love like that era of rock. It holds a special place in my heart. But my kind of go-to, I really dig late 90s, early 2000s like metalcore, and I've also really appreciate like newer metal music as well. So like one of my all-time favorite bands. So I think you mentioned it. I'm originally from Iowa, and so Slipknot is an Iowa band.
Yeah.
And actually, when I was in high school, I used to do yard work for Corey Taylor. So
wow.
Yeah, so the lead singer for Slipknot. So that was pretty cool. So I really kind of fell in love with the Slipknot sound. When you're from Iowa and you're going to high school in Iowa, like every kid, every guy seem to enjoy Slipknot. So I would say it's a lot of like classic, like 90s and 2000s rock, and a lot of 90s and 2000s rap as well.
Awesome. Yeah, we have a band. There's a band. They were kind of the early 2000s. They were called the Agony Scene. They were kind of that heavy. So the lead singer they were from Tulsa. So if you ever get a chance, they're actually putting a band back together. I think you might like them. But so Josh, let me just ask you, how's that HDA treating you over there?
It's great. Like I said, is just like I have a good rye with this cigar. Absolutely a perfect pairing.
Yeah.
Like I said, anytime, usually everybody's different, but a good spicy cigar always goes well with a good rye, in my opinion.
And you're smoking that Cataclysm, correct?
No,
He's got the Descending Shadow.
He's got Descending Shadows.
I'm trying to remember the sound of the voice.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
okay.
sorry
That's okay.
again. I apologize. You can see my ugly mug.
So I'm smoking the Cataclysm. The guy who asked about music. So Josh, again, this one's for Dram Amateur. For this cigar for Descending Shadows? What's the first rye that comes to your mind?
Green River all day long.
Green River, okay.
Green River.
Good price, not expensive. And it's kind of the same thing as kind of like what you guys are doing. You have these smaller brands. I've never heard of Green River. We did a tasting. They came in, had an event set up for them, and once they came in and everybody tasted it, everybody loved their bourbon and rye, and now their rye is our top seller.
Wow.
Excellent.
And almost nobody, when they come in, they'll ask, they're like, I want to try something different or whatever. And then of course, the first thing they say is price. But like I said, that's how you build your brand welcome anytime you want. Do an event here. I'm a retired policeman, so we're kind of in the same weird group.
My dad just retired police officer. Andre's father-in-law, retired police officer. So yeah, it's right there too, man.
See, it's a match made in heaven.
Look at that.
Bourbon and Ash and HDA Cigars.
There you go.
And I see Matt over. He's been nodding his head, agreeing with everything Josh was saying. And so if Matt's Poor Decisions is on board, that's a 2 thumbs up.
Okay, so Matt, are you a big rye fan?
Yeah, I enjoy rye.
Okay, so is there a different one that maybe comes to your mind? I want to give our listeners the options here. What's a good rye that you're smoking that cigar? If you had to, I said, Matt, if you need to pair that with a rye, or I'm going to blow your head off. So
He actually stole my answer. I was going to say cast strength Green River.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. So you were thinking the same thing. Wow, that's awesome.
So Zach and Andre, I'm going to ask you guys this question, and please feel free to take however much time you need to answer it. But so how has starting HDA, how's it changed your life in good and bad ways?
I think the time commitment, I think Zach and I kind of underestimated that originally and how much time it was going to take for us to really get involved. I mean, we both have day jobs, but, we had that passion and desire to get into the industry. I started, cigars in the Army on a deployment, to Iraq, and I got hooked. And fortunately, after I retired, I met Zach, working in Northern Virginia, and we just hit it off. So that's something we love the most. But when it comes to like rye pairing and stuff, have a really good friend, Marine vet here. Check out Lost Whiskey, based out of Fairfax, Virginia. So I think you enjoy that as well.
Yeah, I think that when we started, like Dre said, we didn't understand the time commitment that we were signing ourselves up for. But it's one of those things that I think we've really enjoyed getting to meet so many people within the industry, lounge owners, consumers, just like people that are enjoying smoking our cigars. I thoroughly enjoy hitting the road, visiting lounges, and doing events. That's what it all comes down to. Because, sitting at home and just sending out invoices and shipping boxes, like that's not that it's a necessary part of the job. But what we really like is actually getting into lounges, meeting people, doing cool events, talking about our cigars, sharing our stories, and then like people, coming to the events, people showing up being like, oh man, I love your cigars. Like the first time we heard that, when we showed up to an event and somebody has already smoked our cigars, showed up and really enjoyed what it was that we made. It's a really, really cool feeling. So it's definitely a passion project that everything that we do, we're putting right back into the company, and we're just trying to grow this thing, and we're having a heck of a time and enjoying the heck out of it.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and I'll give the other guys a chance to speak here, but since you guys were gracious enough to send these cigars, I have just been looking at them every day, and I'm just like, but I wanted to give a real reaction smoking the cigar. So I've waited to smoke one, and I can say it exceeded my expectations. This is probably one of the top cigars I've smoked, right? And I'm not saying that just because you guys are on here, but this is one of the things that I'm really enjoying is the aromatics from your cigars. All these cigars going, and they have just got a beautiful aroma to them. I don't know if you guys are picking up on that, but it's just, they smell fantastic.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I get that big time off of the Veiled Mutiny as well. The smell of the Veiled Mutiny is just one that really, really hits when you're in like a lounge that maybe not a lot of smoking is happening and that gets lit up. That's one that immediately catches my attention. But thank you. I'm really glad. I'm really glad that you enjoy it. We
might need to bottle that into a cologne and start selling it on the website.
There you go. Veiled Mutiny cologne.
I'm in.
But now, this is what I always tell people. So if you do, get your, if you get your swag going on, and because that's, listen, you get a good lid, good ball cap. So I want you to do black camo and make sure it's pumpkin head approved. That's all.
So that's exactly why we haven't done hats yet. Is because I have a gigantic head and trying to fan, dude. Like okay, so I wear fitted hat. I wear it anytime you see me. I'm probably always going to have a hat on. I wear fitted hats because my head. I have a 7 7/8, sometimes floating up into an 8. Like my head is big.
Sounds like me. Sounds like me.
My nickname as a kid was Watermelon Head. That was what my dad used to call me. So we do have merch on our website, and so we have like shirts and hoodies, and then we have like cutters, and we have like ashtrays and stuff like that. Hats is probably one of the biggest requests that we've had, and hats is something that we are going to be introducing this year. So we will have them on our website, and they are going to be fitted. Or sorry, they're not going to be fitted. They're going to be like a snapback. And just because like fitted would just be an absolute nightmare to have different everybody, all the different sizes. But so the plan is definitely to have some.
If you can, elevated crown is another word I would put in there.
Justin, you talking like you've been researching.
Well, Zach knows what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Because you don't want to sit with that beanie on your head. You want it to cover like a hat should, and all that. But anyway, but also I have this thing now for black camo or night camo or whatever they call it. It's just been my jam like forever now. And so anyway, so HDA and we'll give you, and we're gonna post a link, and we're gonna have you be able to promote your stuff at the end there. So other than swag now, so you have all these excellent cigars: the Veiled Mutiny, the Descending Shadows, of course the Cataclysm, which I'm coming down to the last third of it, and it is just awesome. So what can you talk about as for the future of cigars, maybe in 2026?
Well, I think to start off, Zach and I, the big thing is PCA coming up in April, so we're super excited.
I was just getting ready to ask if there's going to be a PCA.
Hey, we're all going to be there, so we'll get to actually meet you if you'll have us. We'd love to be able to, to meet you in person.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we're definitely excited about that. It'll be our second year, so looking forward to seeing familiar faces and new faces at PCA. Zach has some other things we're working on, potentially another LE coming out, and maybe a new blend. So we're working on a few things.
And Andre, you said something, and I keep kind of referring back to that Creekside episode. Is you were talking about PCA 2025, and I think you said that you guys had gotten the booth set up by the restroom, and that kind of ended up being a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, we kind of made jokes about it. We were super nervous. We talked to some of our friends and people that we knew, and we had mixed reviews. Some people said it was not beneficial. Others said we should just jump in and go. And we did. So by the time we got around to actually getting our booth schedule, we were looking around and like, well, it appeared based off the interest that, the vast majority of the good spaces were taken up. But we saw this booth and we were like, it's next to a coffee bar in the bathroom. And we both were like, hey, look, people want a coffee and they're going to go to the bathroom. So it was like, let's take our chance. And that's what we did. So we sat up literally next to a coffee bar, and the bathroom was like at our 3 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
And-
That- right next to a coffee bar, that couldn't be a more perfect place to
It was
have your
awesome.
cigar.
And so if anyone's listening, and I've got to say that, I talked with Zach. Jay Furman has been a huge fan of you guys, and he was so excited that we were having you on, and has just had nothing but fantastic things to say about your cigars. But if a lounge is listening, or somebody wants to order HDA cigars, do you guys have a representative, or do people go through you? How does someone go about stocking HDA cigars? Josh, listen real closely.
So we have, we're still small enough that we handle a majority of it in-house. We have one rep that lives out in Montana, and then we have another rep that lives in South Carolina, and they help us with some of those regional lounges and retailers. But a majority of it is Andre and I. I mean, like when somebody inquires about opening up a cigar, an account for HDA, it's Andre and I that respond. So if you go onto our website, there's a link at the bottom, and it's, hey, drop us a line, and you just put in your email address, shoot us a message, say that you're interested, and we usually are responding within a couple of hours, and we'll get back to you. And then it's just a matter of we like to talk to every single retailer before we bring them on. We want to make sure that they're a good fit and that we're going to be a good fit for them. We've in the couple years that we've been doing this, we've realized that not every location is a good fit for us. We want to make sure that that the relationship is going to be fruitful both ways. And so we like to have conversations with our retailers, and then most of it is handled from me as it stands right now, and it's a lot of emails, text, calls, whatever any of our retailers need. We're there to respond. So for like events, we have a lot of retailers that'll be interested in carrying us, and they want to kick off our relationship with an event. And so that's something that we can accommodate too. I mean, heck, in December, we were in Georgia. We were also recently in Florida. We were in Texas back in November. I was up in Pennsylvania this past weekend. So we're well traveled at this point.
So I want to ask, and I love giving Josh a hard time, but because I love him, he's been so gracious to let Smokin' Sounds kind of take over Bourbon and Ash whenever we wanted to. But John, the guy that runs, I think it's Living the Chubby Bearded Life. Now, is he a rep for you guys, or is he just a big supporter of you guys?
He is our rep. That's Papa John.
Yeah, he's Papa John. So we met John very early on. I think, Dre, we started in April. I think we met him in like June or July of 2024. Yep. And we started working with him very early on. So he was really instrumental in introducing us to some key people, really helped us get our feet underneath us. He is a broker, so he's a broker for a couple of different brands, and fortunately HDA is one of them. So he's our rep that's based out of South Carolina. And so anytime we're doing in an event that's regional, he does everything he can to make it to that event. So like I said, we were in Georgia last month, and John was there. And so we've done some events down in the Southeast, and he always tries to make it out. So John is, if you give him a follow on IG, he's just a great ambassador for boutique craft cigar industry. And he's just, he's a really, really good dude. We say he's like a grandfather to us.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that he's always, like you said, he's not just supporting HDA, but he's a big member of the community on the cigar community on Instagram, and we have been very accepted, and we have just found that community is just awesome. I hope you guys get the same feedback and stuff. Me and Justin have just been so thankful for that. Wouldn't you say, Justin?
Oh, absolutely. I just, again, just to go back to something you mentioned earlier. Yeah, I got into I'm not in the industry necessarily, but I got really into cigars through this podcast. And yeah, over and over, that's what we hear, and that's what I've experienced. It really is a community. I'm famous or infamous for saying it's not a competition, it's a community, and I've really found that to be true in the cigar world. I mainly smoked a pipe, uh, and got into this cigar thing, and yeah, you'd just be surprised. Everybody wants to help everybody. It's like, like our podcast will help another podcast, and they'll help us or whatever, or it is just incredible.
And that goes for, I 100% agree with everything that you're saying. And I think a lot of the newer brands are really trying to treat that brands as well. Like, I think, in any industry, oftentimes brands are competing against one another. But I think we're very much of the mindset of, a rising tide raises all ships. So we just want, we're doing anything that we can to help other brands as well. I'm going to be the first to refer some of these other brands that have been great to us that I think make really good cigars. I'll be the first to recommend them to some of our retailers. Absolutely big in the community aspect as it comes to brands as well. When we, this Lounge Life series that I'm doing, one of the things that I ask at the very end is like, what is a challenge? What is a commitment that you would ask of your viewers? That you would challenge, what is something that you would challenge them to make the cigar community a better place? Because oftentimes I think the people that are just trying to take from the cigar industry, I think we see them get weeded out pretty quickly. And so we're doing everything we can to give back to the cigar industry and make it a better place.
Oh, absolutely. So let me put you guys on the spot here. So excluding HDA, just to give the viewers maybe an idea of kind of where your tastes lie and like what you guys, what is a non HDA cigar maybe that you might go to, say if none of your stuff is available, or you just want to kind of step out. So what's a go-to that's not one of yours?
So Zach introduced me to boutique brands. That's kind of how we came upon the ideal of reaching out to James and Angela Brown over at Abeja. But I would say one thing that we shared in common was Olivas. We were big on Oliva brands. I happen to smoke Oliva V Series, Master Blend 3. So big Oliva guy for me.
Okay. Zach?
I would say there's two that I reach out to, smaller brand and then larger brand. I'm a big fan of Stolen Thrones. I really like the Crook of the Crown.
Oh, I love them. Yes.
Fantastic.
We've had them on some episode past there and fantastic.
Yeah, Lee makes some damn good cigars, and that Crook of the Crown is a fantastic one. Larger brand, I really enjoy the Foundation Olmec. I absolutely love that cigar, and so yeah, I think that's kind of where our tastes lie. Andre and I have very similar palates in that regard, and so like he said, we both really like the Oliva Serie V. I think that's that was like one of the first cigars that I started smoking regularly when I got into cigars 20 years ago now. So that was one that I really gravitated towards. So we're pretty fortunate that we have similar palates. So when it comes to blending, there's not very many times that we're at odds with one another.
Okay, excellent.
And I forgot to say earlier, thank you guys both for your service. My son is in the Navy currently. He's active duty. He's a submariner. But so thank you guys. But I also would kick myself if I didn't ask Andre this. Being such the Metallica fan, have you smoked the M81 or the S84 from Drew Estate that Metallica has?
I have. I smoked the black, and we were actually down in an event in Orlando, and we walked in the shop. We were just kind of hanging out for a little while before the event kicked off, and they had some in there. So I picked up a few. That was the first time I smoked them, and I did enjoy them. I was really impressed by it.
I just like that James Hetfield was hands in on blending that and stuff, because you don't a lot of times you see these celebrity endorsed cigars and that's all it is a celebrity endorsed. But outside of like the Knuckle Sandwich and the M81, those are two that the celebrities actually are hands in on blending and all that stuff. So
yeah, I was just about to bring up the Knuckle Sandwich as well. I think it's cool now that I think in the past there'd been some celebrity endorsement of cigars and hadn't really gone over very well, and I think it was very obvious that it was not true to the endorser. And I think now when you see what Guy Fieri and what James is doing. It's pretty cool that they're actually good cigars. Like they're not bad cigars, and I'm sure for them it resonates because they can actually say like it's their cigar. They helped blend it.
And so, Andre, if Hetfield is at the PCA this year, we get to rock, paper, scissors for who's going to fanboy out on meeting him first, right?
Yeah, we might have to fight over that, man. So I think it was years ago when I first moved back to Northern Virginia, and my wife's from Washington, D.C. I can't remember exactly what year, but I want to say it was probably around 15, 16 or something like that. But they had a huge concert, on the mall, and it was a salute to the nations for the troops and such. And Metallica was there, dude, and it was just unbelievable, man.
Wow.
All right, Justin, I'm going to put all you guys on the spot real quick. The HDA cigars, is this one that you guys would want to have in your humidor?
All right, I'll go first. Well, definitely, and really, definitely for something different. This Cataclysm is. I've never had any Ometepe tobacco before, but this really does strike me as different, and it's not near as earthy as I thought a typical Habano wrapper would be. So I would definitely have this for something different, for a definite change of pace. You guys know you listeners know I'm more of a Maduro guy and certainly more of a flavor infused guy. Acid, deadwood, that kind of thing. But I would definitely have these for something different. Josh?
The biggest thing I'm down to my last third is, and this is just a well done by you guys, is a lot of times when you get in that last third and you have boutique brands that are newer or whatever, they kind of fall apart or they get loose, and this is tight as can be. Well done. Great construction. I'm almost done with the cigar and I've had no issues with it. So it's a very well done cigar.
Thank you.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna. These are very high quality cigars.
Very
Yeah.
good.
And was it 2 years? Is that what y'all? Has it been a little bit over 2 years?
For the
It'll be-
podcast?
No,
No,
for the,
I'm
2
sorry.
years in April.
Yeah, we hit 2 years in April.
I wanted to ask you your quality control for that shorter period. How hard was it to produce such a quality cigar? Because I'm looking at all 4 cigars and none of them are running. All of them are perfect. Like
No pitting, no nothing.
Right.
Very, very well done.
Yeah, so you hit the nail on the head, and we we're rolled out of the Oveja Negra factory, and what James does with Black Label and Black Works, I am a big fan. We're both big fans, but I've been a big fan for a while of what it is that he does. I love his blending. His blending is fantastic. It really just matches my palate, and it's what I've grown to love in cigars. But when it came to Andre and I selecting a factory that we wanted to work with, we weren't necessarily interested in blends because we were going to do our own blending. Instead, we wanted to put a focus on construction. That's the one thing when we both live in the States, we cannot be at a factory from a quality control perspective. We can't have eyes on the operations. So we have to really trust who it is that's rolling our cigars for us. And so one of the things that I absolutely love about what Oveja Negra does is their quality control is absolutely fantastic. Really great tobacco sourcing, draw testing on all of their cigars. And to your point, like the failure rate for cigars and construction issues are so low. It's one of those things that Andre and I can lay our heads down on our pillow at night knowing that the cigars that we shipped out that day are not going to be a problem for any of our retailers. We, knock on wood, we're 2 years in. I don't know how many cigars we've sold, how many tens of thousands of cigars that we've sold up to this point. We've never had a single return to order. Like we've never had one where a retailer has been like, hey, these cigars suck, man. I need a refund. We've never had to provide a refund. We've had to provide we've had to reship cigars because the actual package was stolen from USPS more frequently than we've actually had issues with the construction. So it was very important to us that who we currently work with, we decide to work with in the future, it's super, super important to us, the construction piece, because that's when you live in the States and all of your cigars are rolled in Nicaragua. That's one thing that you just don't have control over.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that Josh brought that up, because I was gonna say, man, the construction of these cigars, I mean, it's just tight, and the burn line is just fantastic, and I even just barely even had to do a retouch on mine just when I was dealing with all the audio stuff, and that speaks volumes, because I mean, we've all bought cigars before that were, I don't know what the MSRP are on these are, but that are $25-$30 cigars, and they don't hold together this well. So you guys are the construction of these is just fantastic.
It's funny, when Dre and I first started, we put a list of the together of the things that were most important to us in a cigar. We said, take flavors, take blending, take that out. What are the things that are most important with the product itself? And obviously, like, draw for me, if a cigar is good, but I have to just like feel like I'm sucking a golf ball through a garden hose, like trying to get air into that cigar, I'll ditch it. It's like, draw is super important. Construction and the unraveling of a binder, I despise it. It's such a turnoff in a cigar. And then like little things like we wanted our bands to be easy to remove. I hate scraping a band, trying to get the band off, and then you end up ripping the wrapper.
Right.
Those are like things that are super important to us. And so yeah, we really tried to pay attention to those things. And the reality is, Dre and I pay a little bit more for our cigars than perhaps if we went with a different factory, but what's most important to us is a quality product that we can put our name to, and one that we can trust is going to please.
And I would venture to say, I think HDA is what I would call a destination cigar. I think you go to a humidor looking for these cigars. I have just been blown away by the quality of the cigar, the taste, the notes. I'm getting some chocolate out of this. I don't know if maybe that's just my basic white boy palate, but I am just enjoying the hell. It's like, I just do not want this to end. I almost wish I would have bought my Wood and Waters cigar pick so that I could get all the way into this thing.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Definitely.
So is there anything we haven't asked that you guys would like to talk about?
I want to kind of double back on something that you asked earlier. What do we have in store for 2026? So,
Okay.
Yes, uh-huh.
And we kind of look at the year. We have two benchmarks throughout the year that we try and aim to introduce something new. In a perfect year, obviously, that might not be the case, but we're going to do everything we can to do something cool on the 4th of July and do something cool on Veterans Day. So this past 4th of July, we released our very first LE. And if you end up following HDA long enough, you'll hear people talking about Phantom Fury. It was a cigar that Andre and I worked on. We were super, super excited to bring it to everybody in time for the 4th of July this past year. It was an Indonesian Sumatra wrapper with 100% Nicaraguan filler. And it was an absolute fantastic cigar. The biggest regret that we have in that cigar is that we did not make more of them. So we placed the order with our factory before PCA, which meant then we left PCA, and a lot of the accounts that we opened at PCA never got an opportunity to even sniff that cigar, because we were 100% sold out before they even landed in the States. We ordered 6,000 of them, and they were sold out like that. And so a few of them are still out in the wild. I haven't seen any in a lounge in quite a while. So if you see any, I would say snag them, because we're not putting them in the vault. It's not something that we've actually made a few extra and we're going to release them. They're kind of gone. So looking ahead to 26, the idea is that we're going to release another LE in time for the 4th of July. And Andre and I have been working on it for a while, and we're hoping to put the finishing touches on it in the next 30 days or so. And then we're going to announce it officially at PCA, with it landing here in the States in hands of retailers come the 4th of July.
All right, man. Something to look forward to.
One other thing is we're also working on another blend, and that other blend we're hoping to have an event-only cigar. So whenever a retailer has us out on location for an event, we would be providing them with a cigar that you can only get if you have us in for an event. So that is something that we're looking at as well.
Josh is raising his hand over here for something. I didn't catch what he was raising his hand for.
We only have 40 people in here right now. That'd be a good place for an event.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Hey man, let's do it. I haven't been to Oklahoma in quite a while, so You guys
then-
are in Oklahoma,
yeah,
right? I'm not crazy,
yeah,
right?
Yep, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah, it's about
Okay,
time to
perfect.
get you guys here then. And
Sounds great.
and that's WGN was one of our local channels growing up, so that's how I became a Cubs fan because they didn't have lights until '88. So my childhood was the Bozo Show, and then Ryan Sandberg and Mark Grace and Harry Carey. So
Yeah, man.
um,
I the amount of Cubs fans I've met around the country that are Cubs fans because of WGN, it's crazy. It's like TBS with the Braves.
yeah.
Pardon my ignorance. Where are you guys based out of?
Virginia and Maryland. So we're in that.
You need to expand south, a little southwest.
Yeah. So we have retail locations, and I think last time I checked, 20 different states. We have we have a retailer that's carrying us in Texas. I think we're over near Missouri as well. Not in Oklahoma yet, and we do go a little bit further west as well. So. Definitely open to it. Definitely excited about the idea of bringing you guys some HDA.
And so you guys, we're going in. PCA is going to be. We're really ecstatic just to get to go and get to meet everyone that we've had the pleasure to be on the podcast and talk to and stuff. I forgot what I was going to ask. Hold on, come back. I get so excited I forgot yeah. But,
PCA is a blast, man. You're going to love it.
It's busy.
Yeah. We are so excited. It'll be our first time ever being there, and again, getting to meet so many people that we've interacted with, and some we've actually met at events, like Tony Barea from Stallone and all that. So we are just so stoked to be able to finally get over there.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. So are you guys requesting the coffee bar bathroom location again this year? or are we just going to be happy with wherever we get to set up?
We'll take wherever we can set up, but we're going to try and, in a perfect world, we're going to repeat at the exact same location.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And I love to hear, because you want to support the brands of small boutique companies, because the legacy brands they're going to do what they're going to do, but it's some of these boutique brands, they are hit or miss, and this is probably the top boutique brand that we've smoked on this podcast as far as construction and taste. It's just I can't believe it's only been 2 years. This is one of the most fantastic cigars I've ever smoked. You guys are all nodding your heads. Please jump on the mic and say it.
Still, I am almost to my fingers. Still, construction, burn, everything great.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, it means a lot. It really does mean a lot when people speak highly of what it is that we're doing. It's a blast, man. It allows us an opportunity to do what we love, and it really does mean a lot. And appreciate the supporting of small brands too.
Oh yeah, that's always because we do that, and we support like a lot of local artists, musicians and stuff, and that's where we've always kind of wanted to be. I mean, obviously, if Sammy Hagar wanted to jump on the podcast, we'd probably find time, but yeah, we're definitely about the small hometown artists, and then the boutique blends that we just feel like that's kind of our niche.
And you guys both had said you really enjoy the Descending Shadows is kind of your favorite. When you came out with the Robusto size, did that change your kind of outlook on any of your cigars in that smaller size? Did it make you think differently of maybe the Veld Mutiny is a little bit better than the Robusto? Then did that change anything when you guys went to the Robusto size?
I think personally for me though, I thoroughly enjoy the Robustos as well, but I discovered that I'm a big Toro guy. It's just something about the Toro for me, the more flavor, the more profile. Then I kind of like a longer smoke, so I like to sit and kind of dwell for a while. But the Robusto is fantastic. I mean, smoking that, you get a good 20, 25 minutes out of that smoke. You still get those flavor notes, so there's nothing lacking.
Yeah, and go ahead, Zach.
I was going to say we did also slightly tweak the blend. We wanted the Descending Shadows and a Robusto and a Toro to be similar, but not identical. And we wanted it to be more than just a different smoke length. So it is slightly tweaked, each one of our blends, and we hold true to the actual blend itself. But we do it with a little bit of slight differences, so that way each one of the cigars kind of stand on their own.
Yeah, I can only imagine how, what the Robusto, but I'm with you, Andre. I kind of like that Toro size. That's kind of become my go-to size. I used to be a big Gordo guy, but I feel like with the Toro size, you're getting a lot more kind of bang for your buck as far as the tobaccos you're getting and stuff like that. So, guys, go around the room. Let's ask what we want to ask. I want to make sure we don't forget to ask these gentlemen anything while we have the pleasure of having them on.
All right, Matt, go ahead if you have anything.
All I got is keep on making this wonderful product.
Yeah, Matt.
We intend to, yeah.
That's definitely the plan.
So Mr. Josh,
I get the biggest question I have. This is going to be a deep question. Is I think you talked about it earlier. It's the sensitive kind of question. Like, so I was 28 years in law enforcement, and I know you guys are a veteran-owned company, but how hard is that to balance between? Because a lot of places they just go hard. I'm veteran owned, blah, blah. And then I kind of feel like I almost pulled back a lot. How do you guys balance that when saying we're veteran owned, but don't just buy our stuff because we're veterans? It's a good quality product. How do you guys balance that?
Yeah, I think for me, so just a little bit of history. As stated, I got into cigars, on the deployment, and that camaraderie experience, first of all, being in uniform, of course, with your fellow brothers and sisters, but also being on deployment, the cigar was that common denominator for us. You miss your family, you miss your friends, activities, all those things. So we all could come together and smoke a cigar, and it kind of changed my life from that perspective. So it kind of goes to what Zach said and resonates with us. What we put into the cigars, we love what we do. It's not about the money. We thoroughly enjoy making cigars and hanging out and talking and discussing things with, retailers, like-minded individuals as yourselves. It's a family. So we put our name on it. We stand by it, and we want to continue to make fantastic products.
Yeah. And to like kind of amplify what he's saying, like we're very proud of our time in service. It is definitely a part of us. I mean, it's in our name, right? We go by HDA, but it stands for Brothers in Arms in Spanish as a nod to the fact that we are smoking a product that was made in Latin America. But it is something that we're very proud of, and it's something that we love to talk about, but we don't want, I think oftentimes there can be some veteran products that are out there. Not talking about the cigar industry, but if you just look holistically, there could be some veteran products out there that they are sold simply because they are veteran owned and they are a veteran produced product. And we didn't want to be in that category. We wanted it to be an amplifier, but we didn't want it to be our story because it is a part of our identity. But I think it sums it up perfectly. You might try us because we were veteran owned, but we want you to come back because it's a damn good cigar. We wanted to make a product that stands on its own, and we didn't want to be gimmicky. We wanted you to look at the cigar and not think, is this a veteran owned product? We didn't want it to be our sole identity. And we're again, it's part of our story, and we're happy to talk about it. But we're not looking for sympathy buys or anything along those lines. We want people to purchase our cigars because they're good cigars. And
so my real job, believe it or not, is not being a world famous podcaster. I know that's hard to believe, but so my real job is I'm a psych nurse. I take care of adolescents 10 to 17 that struggle with depression, suicide, things like that. And that's a hard field to be in. And you guys can empathize with that from being in the military, right? And we've interviewed other veteran-owned cigar companies and things like that, and a lot of that is their identity, and I think that's great. I think there is a need to put focus on that, but I think that smoking this HDA cigar, this is a cigar I want to smoke and I want to support because it's a damn good cigar.
Very good
hands
cigar.
Down, damn good cigar.
Great cigar.
Does it make me feel better that I'm supporting a small boutique veteran-owned company? Yes, 100%. But I am supporting this first and foremost because you're putting out a product that, I hope you guys will agree with me, you guys can compete with most of the stuff that's in any of the humidors in Tulsa. And I'm just going to be honest with you. You know,
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you guys are
absolutely.
putting out a damn good product, and yes, you're veterans, but that's like you said, that's not the identity is this is a damn good cigar that I want another one like right now.
I think another brand, like a lot of people don't know, I'm sure you guys probably do, but a lot of people don't know that like Southern Draw is a veteran-owned brand. Like, I don't know if you
Oh, that's
knew that or
right.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
Like
there's
Southern
cigars, but
Draw,
I did not know that.
like they make some damn good cigars. Like that Rose of Sharon is one of my all-time favorite
Fantastic.
cigars. And they make very, very good cigars, but they're a veteran-owned company. But again, it's not their identity. And it's a cool part. It's a small piece of the puzzle that is Southern Draw. And that's kind of like what we look up to, and that's kind of what we think about. You know, you were talking about the law enforcement piece. Like we do what we can. You know, we give a lot to we give a lot back to veteran and law enforcement charities as well. We support different charities when we get an opportunity. We were able to make it out at the end of November to or it was actually the beginning of December, in North Carolina for an organization that we work with that helps veterans with a lot of mental health problems that a lot of tier 1 and soft guys can struggle from when they get out. And so an organization that we work with is Team Sapo. And we provide them and with free cigars, so that way they can provide those cigars to guys that are going and seeking treatment. They all, at the end of these cohorts, at the end of these classes, they all sit around a campfire and they smoke cigars. And it was important to Andre and I that they were smoking HDA, because that's the type of stuff that we want to support as a company. We want to support organizations that are giving back, and you know, we have a special place in our heart for law enforcement and veteran organizations and charities.
Absolutely. So I always ask a different one. So any plans on making a pipe tobacco or maybe a pipe tobacco cigar?
Oh man, yeah, you're definitely putting us on the spot. So active plans, no. I'll be honest, no. However, it's not something that we would be opposed to. I don't think. Frankly, I don't know if we've ever really talked about it. I haven't smoked a pipe in a very long time, but I smoked pipes when I was in the military, and shortly after I got out as well. So it's been a while. And frankly, it feels like it would be a whole new industry. It'd be like a whole new learning curve. And we're still trying to get our feet under us with this cigar
Gotcha.
thing. So
Well,
maybe one day.
Hey, if you just got to put that bug in there, and you never know, something might come up, or even like a good, pipe tobacco cigar, maybe that has pipe tobacco in it, and that sort of thing. Because again, I love all the flavored and infused stuff and all that. I'm a big fan of that. But anyway,
and so I wanted to ask, and I mean this in as respectfully as I can, but I kind of want to ask Josh, and I do want to ask Zach and Andre this. I wanted to ask you, because there are so many veteran-owned cigar companies that are out there, do you think that with the focus on we're giving 15% back, kind of the way that some of these veteran-owned brands have went about it, it's kind of taken away from the cigar. Like the HDA cigar is, like I said, it's a fantastic cigar that I want to go buy and I want to support. But I wonder if some of these veteran-owned companies have focused too much on we're veteran-owned and not enough focus on the quality of their cigar. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know if that question makes sense. Like
I can answer that, just because, like I said, I think all of that veteran-owned, law enforcement, whatever, that only goes so far. And somebody might try it, but like I said, this is a great cigar. I'm already in my head spinning around. I'm like, this is a really good cigar. So when it all comes down to it, no matter what you say, owned by whatever, the product is the biggest thing. And this is a very good product. That only goes so far.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
And that doesn't even just apply to law enforcement or veteran-owned. That applies to anything that somebody's trying to some sort of like gimmick. And I don't want to mean that disrespectful. Like anytime somebody is like utilizing something as a marketing tool that is not the actual product itself, you oftentimes risk being judged differently. We wanted to forge our own path. Others, there's some other successful companies that have a very different approach than us as a veteran-owned company, and more power to them. It's just Andre and I wanted a different path.
And I respect the hell out of you guys for that, because I would think, I'm not a veteran. I don't even want to pretend like I am, but I think that if you're launching a product, that's an easy route to take. Support me because I'm a veteran, right? But I think you guys are letting your cigars do the talking, right? Try HDA Cigars. Yes, we're veterans, but that's not our whole story. This is our story. And what a story do you guys. I can't wait to read the other chapters of your story, because if this is just the first chapter, I can't even imagine what's to come.
No, greatly appreciated, brother.
Yeah, man, we're we have some like cool things that we're working on, man. Like you had mentioned the Lounge Life series that we have on YouTube. We just stood up our YouTube channel at the end of the year, so we're putting out some content there. We have our next episode actually airing this Thursday, where we visited a cigar lounge up in Harrisburg, PA. So that episode is going to be going live, and we're that's like we said that we were going to do 8 episodes of the Lounge Life series, 6 episodes. And so that's our 6th episode. And then we're going to be looking for some other avenues. We'll continue the Lounge Life series in the future. We're looking for some other cool things that we're going to be introducing to our YouTube channel. We are big on engagement. We really like to engage with fans. We like to engage with retailers. I mean, one of our retailers at the beginning of football season reached out to me and was like, "Hey, man, I know you're a big football fan. You want to partake in a football pick'em league?" And so, that was something that I was fortunate enough to be able to participate in and win, which was pretty cool. So
really?
Wow.
Excellent.
I gotta gloat for a second there, but we really enjoy the friendships and the people that we get to meet, the stories that we get to hear. It's really cool being able to show up to an event, hear people's stories, hear people talk to people about our cigars, share war stories in some instances, and just really connect with people. It's really fun, man. And so we're always looking for ways that we can do that. So we try to be very active on Instagram and now YouTube as well, and then a little bit of Facebook. And so we're trying to do what we can to interact, and we love hearing the stories, and we love hearing people enjoy HDA.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be insensitive about the veteran part. I appreciate you guys, Josh, and both of you, kind of taking the time to answer that question for me, because I think it's a question worth asking, because this cigar is just, it's changed the way that I look at my humidor now. I'm like, I've got like 17 and a half Tupperdoors that I could empty out and just fill them with HDA cigars. And I think I'd be a happy man.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. So
we put a lot of time and love and effort into it, and we thoroughly enjoy the feedback and remarks. I mean, our name's on it, right? And we didn't want to just throw something out there. We wanted something that people would enjoy and that we enjoy as well. That's kind of where we started too. We were like, well, if we like it, hopefully everybody else likes it.
Yeah, I think that's particularly with cigar, these boutique blenders we've talked to, we've heard that over and over too. They pretty much said, look, I got to roll what I like. I can't roll what I think everybody else is going to like, because I figure if I'm going to like it, then, we have a good amount of people who probably will like it also. And I think that really shows. I think that shows in the blend. I think that shows in the production, because you're like, okay, what would I like? Like what kind of cigar would I like? And that, I think, again, it's, I think that shows through the product.
Yeah, 100%, man. Like one of the questions that we get asked a lot is like, oh, when are you going to come out with like a Connecticut? And Andre and I have always said, like, when we blend a Connecticut that we like we haven't blended a Connecticut that we thoroughly enjoy yet. So we'll get there. But we're making cigars that we like. We are still in that dumb and happy phase. And when you're dumb and happy, the easiest way to blend cigars is, what do we want to smoke? When we placed our very first order was 15,000 cigars. And when we received delivery of that order, we didn't have a single account, not one. We are true outsiders of this industry. When I tell you we are outsiders, I'm talking, we received that very first delivery, and it was like, okay, well, we either we're going to have a lifetime supply of cigars that we thoroughly enjoy, or we better get to work. And so because it was it's something that's on our website. We make cigars that we like, and we hope that other people will like it. And so far it's gone great, man. Just exploring this industry. We don't come from a retail background. We don't have this long line of ancestors that have been in this industry. We we are true outsiders, and we are doing this purely from a passion perspective. And I think a lot of people would probably look at how we're doing it and they're like, wow, that's pretty dumb, that's not going to work. So we're just stumbling our way through it, man, and we're enjoying the heck out of it.
Excellent.
Well, you all hit a home run with this product.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I
don't want just one. I want to buy a box of it. I wish
Yeah,
there was
there you
someone that sold it here.
There you go. So do we want to do
So Josh stepped away. I was going to ask him about the Rick House, but he stepped away. So Josh just opened a private members lounge here at Bourbon and Ash. It's called the Rick House. So if you are local to Tulsa, man, hit up their Instagram and their Facebook. They've been posting details on how to become a member. It's a great space. I got a little tour of it earlier. I'm going to take Justin through it on our way out. But what else you got for him, Justin?
Well, I was just going to say, so let's kind of go through where people can find HDA and like all your socials and your website and all that kind of stuff. That way people can hook right up with you there.
Yeah. So you can follow us at HDA Cigars on IG, Facebook. Our YouTube page is HDA Cigars, and then our website is hdacigars.com. So we keep pretty standard across the board.
Well, yeah, it helps people remember it.
Yeah, if you go onto our website, one of the things that we like to do is we get questions all the time of, hey, where can I find HDA? We always direct them to our website. We keep a pretty accurate store locator on our website for brick and mortar retail locations. We also have a list of some of the online retailers that carry us. We had kind of talked earlier about supporting small. So we work with we want to work with small brick and mortar locations, small online retailers. We don't have any intent of working with the big box retailers or the cigar internationals. Nothing against them, but that's just not kind of why we're operating at the moment. We really truly appreciate and value small. And so a full list of retailers are on our website. And we would just encourage people that, if your local brick and mortar doesn't carry HDA, ask them to. We're always more than happy to add some more to the HDA family.
And I will say that was whenever we first talked, Zach, and we talked about you coming on. The first thing I did is I went on your website and I did that locator to see, because I wanted to see first, is there anywhere around me that because there was something that told me from the get-go that I wanted to support you guys. And so I was looking like, where can I rush out and buy some cigars? Thankfully, again, and thank both of you for sending the cigars, because they were absolutely fantastic. But that was the first thing I did, is I jumped on the website because something just told me I am going to want to support this cigar company. And after smoking the Velvet Mutiny, I now know why, is because it was just hands down one of the best cigars. It's the best cigar I've had in 2026. I'll tell you that.
There you go.
Great, man. Yeah, we have some merch on our website as well. So if you go into the shop tab on our website, we have some merch. We're doing a whole new merch refresh, but we do have some stuff that's on our website. We also have some stuff that's event exclusives that you can't necessarily get on the website. We're doing like a giveaway right now. So we're giving away some cool stuff, some handmade like wood ashtrays that we worked with East Coast Timber on. And we have some really cool like 3-finger and 8-finger cigar travel cases as well. Not available on our website, but yeah, head on over to our website as well. We have some cool merch there, and if we are able to make our way out to Oklahoma for an event, which we would love to do, we'll make sure we bring a bunch of merch with us for giveaways too.
Oh man, can't wait.
See that and we were talking about the Rick House when you got up. We were talking about we got that open, and I kind of said we need to direct people to your Instagram and Facebook. It's kind of got the information there on how to become a member of the Rick House. It's a beautiful room down there. Josh, what else we got coming up for Bourbon and Ash here at the beginning of 2026?
The biggest thing, like I said, is we have the 19th is the college football championship game. We're doing a raffle for the Tulsa Police Museum. We have a hasty bake. that's part of the raffle. And then also the night of the game on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, we'll hand out gift cards, 10, 20, 30, 40 for each quarter. Get people in and finish this college football season. It's going to be an awesome game.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, OU choked.
Yeah.
But like I said, it'll be a fun game. But that's the latest thing. And then, like I said, the Rick House will be members only February 1st.
There we go. Justin, what about you? What you got?
Well, not a whole lot, but I will say again, folks, I just want to remind you that a lot of lounges and bars and whatnot, they have the game on, right? And it's just they just have on the monitor and they keep playing the music. What I appreciate about Josh when he has the game on here, the game is on. The music stops. We hear the game, the announcers and everything. And to me, that's just one of those little touches that you get here that a lot of places just, because I think, because Josh is a fan like myself. So we want to see and hear the game. So if you're in the Tulsa area, you want a place to go to actually watch the game, not just look at the monitor and listen to music, but then Bourbon and Ash is where you need to be.
Thank you.
That's what I'm
And so,
talking about. I like that.
Matt, you got anything?
I'm good.
Well,
he's like he's not even drinking. He's over like all relaxed after that cigar.
Hey,
He's like,
look, I'm telling you, I think those cigars did something to us. So we're all just like,
like mellow.
we're just kind of like, man,
Yeah,
that was a great
It's about
experience.
time we tell you what we put in those cigars.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, speaking of which, so I do want to give each of you guys kind of the floor here as we kind of wrap things up. Again, if there's something we forgot to ask or forgot to mention, please, by all means, promote anything you would like. We'd like to kind of give you guys the last little bit of the floor here to just keep praising HDA Cigars.
You want to kick it off, Dre?
Yeah, I'll just start out by most importantly, man, we're just truly grateful, man. We want to remain humble. We enjoy what we do, and we just want to continue to put out great products, man. And thank you for having us on, most importantly.
Oh, absolutely. It's been fantastic.
Oh, it's definitely been our pleasure. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out. And again, I apologize about the technical difficulties, but hey, that's why we don't edit. Things happen, right? We want our podcast to be as real and raw as it can be. So we've just been absolutely honored to have both of you guys on with us. And thank you so much for that, for giving us the opportunity.
No, I greatly appreciate it. And keep pushing us, man. I mean, social media, like I said, is not my forte, man. I lean on Zach pretty heavily for this. So, but I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. I'm here.
There you go, man.
We appreciate all the support, man. It means the world to us. It allows us to do what we do. It allows us to try and bring the world some good cigars, and we just like getting to meet people and getting to know people. We love traveling for events and supporting our local lounges and do what we can to make sure that the cigar industry stays an enjoyable place for everyone. Cigar lounges are the reason that Andre, well, I'll say for me, I don't want to speak for Andre. Cigar lounges are really what made me a cigar fan. I smoked while I was in the military, but really becoming a cigar enthusiast was because of the culture that I experienced in cigar lounges. So those small retailers, those small lounges, that it really is a big deal. So continue to support small. We appreciate all the support in the world. And I'll just end it with if you guys are looking for a really cool, meaningful charity to support, I would say head over to teamsapo.com, give them a look. They're doing some really cool stuff, man. They're doing a lot of really good stuff for the veteran community, and not just the veteran community, but anybody that's, maybe struggling with some PTSD or some other mental stuff. They do some great work, predominantly focused on veteran and law enforcement community.
Excellent.
Yeah. All right, Justin. Well, anything else you got, buddy?
Well, again, we're getting started here for the new year. I know I'm still kind of hungover from the holidays, but hey, we're going to do it. By the way, a quick shout out, Grinds Coffee Pouches. So I'm going to promote and then ask. So they have their latest flavor is ginger mint, something kind of unusual for me. And guys, hey, Grinds. Don't be slow in bringing back the Black Ops Wintergreen. And then in May, I'll be looking forward to the more Kentucky bourbon coffee pouch. So just wanted to give Grinds a quick shout out. But that's pretty much what I got, man. My Ezra old number set or whatever, old Ezra 7 or whatever it was. That was it. Actually, this.
It's okay.
Okay, so the cigar was so kind of rich. It actually made that Ezra number 7 kind of taste sweet, like when you pair the two together. And Ezra, that's not a sweet bourbon, so that'll kind of give you some flavor notes there if you're thinking about hitting your lounge and grabbing some old Ezra 7.
Well, and I just want to kind of wrap it up here, tie a ribbon on it, if you will, Justin.
Oh no.
I am just so thankful for the opportunity to have Zach and Andray on with us, and to just be able to enjoy my first HDA cigar with you guys, and it couldn't have been a more pleasurable experience. I cannot wait to support you guys and buy some more. And just again, thank you so much for taking the time to come on with a couple of knuckleheads from Tulsa. Really look forward to getting to shake your guys' hand and just have a little bit of FaceTime with you at PCA and maybe enjoy an HDA cigar with you. That would be fantastic when we get the opportunity in April. But yeah, other than that, Justin, I guess that's a wrap on this episode of Smokin' Sounds.
Indeed.
And so, hey, you might as well follow us at Smokin' Sounds Pod on all social medias, and make sure you're following at Bourbon and Ash Cigar Lounge, at HDA Cigars. And listen, because if you don't subscribe, you're not going to know that you need to keep your cigars lit,
Your pipes packed,
and the sounds smoking. We'll talk to you guys next time on Smokin' Sounds Podcast. Talk to you then. All right, guys. Thank you. Hey, we got that all wrapped up.
Finally.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks for giving us an hour and a half, man. I definitely appreciate it. And, and I'm not just blowing smoke. That was probably one of the most enjoyable cigars I've had. And
Oh, man, that means a lot.
all the guys are shaking their heads here too.
And it wouldn't surprise me if Josh gets in touch with you at some point.
I appreciate it, man.
It'll be before PCA, but we'll see him at PCA.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'll tell you, February and March, we're still pretty open for a couple events. So if you guys want to have us in, we're more than happpi to
Done.
work our way out
Oh
there.
man, look at that.
Hey, that's awesome. So, guys, thanks again so much, and we'll be in touch. And actually, we're going to be doing I forgot to mention at Valet, we're going to be doing a giveaway but we're going to tie it all to HDA Cigars with their humidity packs. So, thank you guys again for taking the time out and sitting out in the cold and chatting with us, man. We truly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Guys. Appreciate you. Take care.
Hopefully you enjoyed it, and we get to do it again soon.
I had a great time. Thank you for
All right,
having
guys.
us.
Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Great cigar.